Dear Reverend Father Johnson, the director of the Vioria, Reverend and dear Father John Peter, the founding director of the Vioria, and the inspiration even today for taking this movement of the Vioria further forward. Reverend Father George, the joint director of the Vioria in the 90s, and my dear friends, the youth being the lifeline of the Vioria as we look at the movement today. It's indeed a pleasure for me to join the Vioria as it celebrates its Ruby Jubilee. 40 years for an institution like the Vioria is a significant period of time for having established its influence in the society, particularly in and around Coimbatore. I understand that this meeting is an informal one, especially when the old youth group of the Vioria coming together to connect together and to celebrate this Ruby Jubilee. Not necessarily by celebrating in a formal way, but to celebrate it by sharing those nostalgic moments we had when we were physically associated or connected with the Vioria as an institution and as a movement. It's a blessing that as we celebrate Ruby Jubilee, we have Father John Peter with us. He conceived it and he initiated it and he took the trouble to establish it as it is now in Coimbatore. Not only that he is with us, he is so dynamically with us. He continues to celebrate the Vioria as a movement. He continues to inspire every one of us with the same motto: the bonds that unite us are stronger than the barriers that separate us. He's a man of bonding. I do not know whether many of you remember me being associated with the Vioria. Formerly, I have never been associated, in fact, with the Vioria. It was an informal association I had from the very inception of the Vioria as an institution. Because the year the Vioria got established. Can you hear me?
Yes, Father.
Okay. Yeah. The year the Vioria got established in 1980 was the year in which I also arrived here in Coimbatore. So as a young student, I had an opportunity to get associated with Father John Peter and the institution. And naturally, I had seen many of you, but in those good old days, we all looked different. Myself also looked different. But after 40 years, when we look back, I feel that this has been a great, successful institution that CMIs had established here in Coimbatore. And you know the reasons. It had its positive impact made in our social cohesion, in keeping the society together, in pulling together people from different parts of the city and also from different levels of the city. So too from different straits of the society. And as the Vioria was established by Father John Peter, he had a number of associates, like Father Jose Maprani, you would remember, Father George himself, who is with us today. And there were many other fathers and brothers like Father Johnson, who is presently the director. And the interesting thing is that wherever they had been, they had taken this movement with them. And we had the veterans. You remember Palaniswamy, Kuppaswamy, Professor Feroz, so on and so forth. We had a long list of 40 plus veterans of the Vioria. Most of them, except Father John Peter and probably 2 or 3 other seniors, many of them have already passed away, leaving the legacy back to us. And that is precisely why I said the dynamic lifeline of the Vioria is in the youth. You were at that time the youth, and you had immense opportunities to get associated with this institution and to spread its message in different parts of the city as well as in the different parts of the world. As I heard from some of you saying that I'm in Dubai, I'm in Bahrain, there is someone in Australia, there is someone in US. Yes, we have taken this message of the Vioria across board. And I am happy to see that many of us are here with us, with Father John Peter, with Father Johnson, to rekindle this experience of the Divyodaya when we have also passed beyond the youth period. But you are still the youth of the Divyodaya, because we don't have too many youngsters after you having joined the Divyodaya, so you continue to be the youth of the Divyodaya. And naturally, therefore, this celebration, especially this evening, is not to listen to me in terms of an input session, but to listen to the recollection each one of you will have about your own association with the Divyodaya. And that itself will be a greater celebration, I believe, as far as this Ruby Jubilee is concerned. I just want to recall a couple of things. The first thing which I want to recall is the statement made by Father Florin, an elderly father who was associated with Father John Peter, whom I believe who stayed with the Divyodaya community for about 3 years at the most. Father Florin used to say Divyodaya is not an institution, but an inspiration. Take it wherever you go. And Father John Peter continues to echo this whenever he gets an opportunity, that Divyodaya is not merely an institution. It is an inspiration. If it's an inspiration, it's with us. If it's an institution, it would be there at Gita Hall Road. But Divyodaya is no more there at Gita Hall Road. Of course, the structure is located there, but Divyodaya as an inspiration, Divyodaya as a movement is with each one of us. It's in our heart. It's in the heart of everyone who got associated with Divyodaya. And that is precisely because of that, we could take Divyodaya wherever we went. And Divyodaya continues to be with us wherever we are, and we are sharing this inspiration with whomever we get associated with. It could be an institution we get associated with, it could be a bunch of students whom we instruct, it could be an IT industry where we work, but wherever we are now channelizing this inspiration of social harmony, religious harmony, and then Divyodaya is rekindling itself wherever we are. Secondly, just I happened to read that Pope Francis, when we celebrated the World Youth Day 2020, said, the youth must take risk and change the world. The youth is invited to take the risk and to change the world. And it is in this context I remember a wonderful statement of Mahatma Gandhi, be the change you wish to be in the world. So if we should change the world, Pope Francis says we should take the risk. But Mahatma Gandhi tells us that we should become the change that we wish to see in the world. I'm referring to these two statements precisely in the context of our society in India, where many of us are experiencing the social unrest. Many of us are worried about the religious strife that exists in our society. Many of us are also afraid of the fundamentalist overload that we experience in different corners of our society. And some of us may feel that we are dead. Maybe because some of us feel that we are hopeless. But my dear friends, if we as youth can take the risk, especially within the context of the Divyodaya as an inspiration, there is no reason to be hopeless. We have every reason to be hopeful. Because Divyodaya as an institution which insists that the bonds that unite us are stronger than the barriers that separate us. We may come across with people who will create social unrest. We may come across with people who celebrate religious strife. And we may come across with individuals who are, or even institutions, which are fundamentalist in nature. They are everywhere. But if we are inspired by Divyodaya, we are hopeful, and we can kindle this hope in whomever we connect with. So Divyodaya as an inspiration, Divyodaya as a movement is going on, is living through each one of us. At 40, therefore, Divyodaya is in its youth. At 40, Divyodaya is so vibrant. At 40, Divyodaya can take risk. And certainly, at 40, Divyodaya can continue to be the agent of change in the world, starting with wherever we are, each one of us. My dear friends, Divyodaya, as you all know, literally means it's a divine dawn. Divya Udayam, it's a divine dawn. It's a Divya Udayam of bonding. It is a dream. It is a promise and it is a challenge. Let us continue to bear this dream, take this promise wherever we go, and be assured that you all bear this challenge. Thereby, in the life of each one of us, and in the homes of each one of us, and the institutions of each one of us, we could be the agent of this divine dawn, Divya Udaya. May God continue to bless Divya Udaya to be the bond that unites everyone. Not only in its 40th year, as we continue to celebrate this. I was so glad to read the fact that this is also the 80th year of the death of Rabindranath Tagore. And therefore, I wish to conclude my opening message with this poem of Tagore, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches into the arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way, into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Let the Divyodaya be the beacon that takes us to greater heights and to wider horizons. May God bless us. May God continue to bless each one of you to be the dynamic lifeline of Divyodaya in your youth. Thank you very much.